Welcome to Action Hour. I'm your host, Lindsay Baker, and today we will be talking to 3 representatives from Partnership to Ban Horse Carriages Worldwide. Now, based on recent victories, activists are calling for a global ban on carriage horse rides. Let's meet them now.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Action Hour. I'm your host, Lindsay Baker. Jodie Wiedekehr is here and 2 other activists from a partnership to ban carriage horses. Jodie, I'm going to direct this first question to you. Why is it so important now for this to happen? And what is the momentum that is gaining that you see?
Well, it's so important because almost every day we see another accident or fatality from this archaic trade that is unnecessary. And so after Chicago banned the horse carriages in 2020 and other cities have done it prior, it is becoming a more the elected officials are really seeing why this trade should be banned, because it's not just about animal exploitation, but it's a real danger to put these 1,000 plus pound prey animals on the street surrounded by motor vehicles and motorcycles and emergency vehicles. It can be a very dangerous trade. And we've got multiple videos and news reports explaining that. So it's now's the time.
Awesome. And it does seem to be the time, and the momentum is gaining. We have Gloria here, and she represents Dallas, Ban Carriage Horses Dallas. Gloria, thank you for being here. Tell our audience why it's important, if you would, that carriage horses are banned worldwide. Gloria, are you there? Thank you. Gloria, go ahead. We're having trouble hearing you. Okay, I'm going to direct
because it's yes, I'm here.
Okay, go ahead, please.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead, please.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Okay, I'm going to go to Robyn.
These are gentle giants that...
Robyn, go ahead and answer that question if you could. Robyn, are you still there? Robyn, let's see what's going on here. Oh, Robyn. Okay, go ahead, Robyn.
Hi.
If you would. Hi. So could you answer that question? We're having a little technical difficulty.
Yeah, it's really important to ban horse carriages right now because there is so much momentum, and I think it's important for each city that has horse-drawn carriages to take advantage of that momentum and all the education that's been coming out on the animal welfare issues, but also the public safety issues that having horse-drawn carriages in a modern city includes. So there are innate risks to bringing animals, especially prey animals that are easily spooked, into a modern city with all the noises and traffic that comes with that.
And right now we have a carriage crash footage, so let's go ahead and share.
The city market, a carriage just crashed.
Wow, could you imagine how people would feel going out thinking they're going to have a good time and experiencing something like that? I don't think people realize, one thing, the cruelty, or secondly, the danger to people, let alone the horrific cruelty to animals. We do have here from some documentation, Jodie. I'd like you to just go through that a little bit. Let's see here. We have some things that you sent over. I'm just having a lot of technical difficulties. I don't understand why that's not working either. Huh. Okay, Judy, can you talk about some of the dangers and physical things that happen, harm that come to horses? And particularly, this is documented, tell who documented it, there it goes. So go ahead and address some of this if you would, Jody.
Okay, Robyn, I believe this is Robyn's document,
Okay.
which is awesome.
Better yet. Yeah, go ahead, Robyn.
Yeah, so I started doing a lot of research at the beginning of me getting involved in this cause on equine behavior and what their body language is trying to tell us. So I learned a lot about the types of body language that horses display whenever they're experiencing discomfort or stress or frustration. And I learned a lot. And then I ended up going out.
Go into a little bit of detail about what that is, if you would.
Yeah, so some of the behaviors that you could see in a horse that are showing discomfort or frustration is like hot footing, which is like excessive stepping. It means that they're trying to get like the weight off of like certain hooves because their feet are experiencing discomfort. And I see that in Savannah's carriage horses all the time. There's also like head tossing, which often indicates frustration. So there's a bunch of little things that the average person wouldn't pick up on. You have to know what you're looking for in order to find it. And once I learned about that, I went out and I documented a lot of these behaviors in Savannah's carriage horses. And because I knew no one would take my word for it, I decided to send it off to world-renowned animal behaviorists to get it analyzed, and I got comments from them saying, yes, absolutely, there are definite concerns. They said that they validated my concerns and said that the horses are displaying known signs of discomfort and frustration.
Well, it's wonderful to have the word of an expert document and agree and then document it for you, because so many times people will deny what's happening, but you can see it right on the road. I think we have another clip here. This has no sound to it, but I think this tells a lot. Let's play it. Okay, so let's have, I believe this is Savannah, is that correct? And we're going to bring Gloria in. She had some technical difficulties. We're going to try and bring her in again in a moment. But go ahead, let's finish up with this. Tell us what was happening in that clip, if you would, Robyn.
So I decided to go out and document as many violations to the ordinance as possible after Jodie had told me that that was the main thing that got the carriages banned in Chicago. And so I read the ordinance very thoroughly, and you can see in that clip there's an ordinance, what appears to be an ordinance violation, where a certain type of carriage isn't supposed to be white unless it's for wedding purposes. And there are white carriages on Savannah streets all the time that
let me just jump in for a moment. What is the significance of white? I mean, as a consumer, I say, so it's white. What's the danger? It's obviously dangerous, right? Or something.
I'm not sure. Honestly,
okay.
Whether or not I know the reason, it is an ordinance violation. They made the ordinance and they're violating their own ordinance. So that's on them.
And there are many, many others. What are some of the other ones that you?
That one's very specific. The other ones make a lot more sense to me, especially I see violations to the ordinance constantly about the horses not wearing the proper reflective gear. So they're supposed to wear reflective ankle cuffs after a certain time of day. And I see them sometimes, but usually I do not see the horses wearing those reflective ankle cuffs, which shows a blatant disregard for public safety as well, because those ankle cuffs are for everyone's safety to prevent another terrible accident from occurring. So ankle cuffs, and also the horses operating on restricted areas. I've seen that happen. I've also seen them operating during restricted times during the day, because there's a certain amount of time during the day they're not supposed to be giving tours, and I have seen that happen before.
Great. And I want to bring in Gloria. We're going to try one more time. We've had some technical sound issues, and you are a bit pixelated, so I don't know if this is going to work, but I know you're representing Dallas, which I would imagine is a hard sell. Can you tell us a little bit about what's going on in Dallas and why you think this is so important to join this partnership and make this happen? Go ahead, Gloria.
Yes, because this is a trade that is not being regulated. The city just simply doesn't have the manpower, the funding to have city employees out there monitoring this industry or this trade. So
right.
These are
you're cutting up really badly.
Animals or prey animals or
too much.
timid animals. It doesn't make any sense to have them.
I'm sorry, we're having a lot of difficulty bringing her in, so I'm going to just, for the rest of the interview, we'll bring her back another time. I'm going to direct the rest of the interview to you ladies. I did notice that one of the clips that you sent to me, again from Savannah, was the mayor speaking, and I don't want to forget to talk about that. And let's get into that, and I'll have you both comment on it.
I receive emails from all over the world. People can't even spell Savannah. They say the Ban Horses. I'm like, you don't even know where Savannah is. So,
I mean, a lot of people I've heard from don't even live here, don't live anywhere from here, around here, but they just, you just need to do this. I mean,
thank you, Della Ball. You're a Bryan County citizen, but we build community, so we don't care that you're in Bryan County. We have people here from all over the country that have joined us over these years, right? So we have folks from all over the place, and we have folks on from Reno, Nevada tonight, from Jacksonville. Robyn is on from Kansas City, all of those places. Thank you very much. If you're from out of town, if you're not in the city of Savannah, go ahead and put your where you are on here.
If you live in Savannah, raise your hand.
Okay, we'll start with Jodie. What do you think about that?
I think Robyn is doing an amazing job. She's taking some, implementing some strategies that I never did, but she's younger than me, and she's probably a little bit more advanced with making these videos. But this video shows the pure hypocrisy of Savannah's mayor. He's saying that he doesn't want to hear from people outside Savannah, but then he has these podcasts where he thanks all these people from all over the world for joining and being a part of Savannah's work. So what what Robyn is doing is showing him that, yes, there are people from outside Savannah who want to ban, but there are plenty of people who live in the city of Savannah who want to see horse-drawn carriages off the streets. And I just really wanted to throw in real quickly for Dallas, since we lost Gloria is doing very similar work documenting the violations. She has witnessed horses working when it's been above 99 degrees. Chicago's law was 90 degrees or higher, that the horses could not work. Dallas is 99 degrees. So she's witnessed horses working when it's been 100 degrees or hotter. She's witnessed horses being parked in the rideshare lane. And she even witnessed a horse going down a one-way the wrong way. So what it comes down to is this trade is not enforced. The laws that are on the books to protect the animals, the horses, and the public are not enforced. It's up to animal advocates like us to get out there and show the city, the elected officials, that their laws on the books to protect the public are not enforced. So the public is at risk.
Absolutely. And let's have Robyn direct the next of the same question, please.
Just about commenting on the video you played.
Yes, please.
Yeah. So obviously, a lot of irony there. Whenever there's praise to Mayor Johnson, he loves hearing praise from all over the country. But then when there's criticism, suddenly that's a big problem to hear from anyone outside of Savannah, which doesn't make sense to me, because yes, you should care about resident opinions, but also the horse-drawn carriage industry is tourist run. Like hardly any residents are going on these horse-drawn carriages. This is tourists coming in. So they should care about tourist opinions on this issue as well as residents. And the good thing is that both tourists and residents disapprove of the carriages. So he shouldn't have an issue hearing from people in Savannah or outside of Savannah.
Why do you think it is that he, with the information you presented, is resistant? Do you think there are other individuals at play here that are swaying him? Or, I mean, I know we're assuming, but why do you think, either of you in your experience, do you think that might be the case? That he's not listening to, and it does seem like he does know the difference. What do you think?
It's of course. Just my assumption is maybe he just doesn't want a group of people coming in and feeling like they can tell him what to do, because there's a lot of strong opinions coming in. He doesn't seem to like that we are demanding anything, that we are demanding a complete ban. I think he sees that we're not able to compromise very much. I'm not personally advocating for just restrictions on the horse carriages. I am advocating only for a complete 100% ban. The only area I'm personally willing to compromise on is maybe the timeline on the ban, but that's about it. And I think because it seems so demanding to him, there's a lot of resistance there. And also he has said himself, he doesn't think that there is an issue. He doesn't think that the horses are being abused, which is a straw man argument for sure. And he also appreciates the tradition of the horse carriages. So he's not very reachable on this issue from my experience.
And just to be clear, you have presented the information from the veterinary resources, and also you had a few different resources in the documentation. Let's bring that back up. And was that presented to him?
Well, I would love to present it to him directly if he would accept a meeting, but he does not with me. I was able to get a meeting with his executive assistant, and I did present her with all of this information. She told me that she would get it to the mayor. Whether or not he actually received it, or whether or not he has read it, that because he doesn't.
Wow. Well, that's listening to the people, isn't it? Not.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Jodie, you want to weigh in on this?
Yes, definitely. Robyn is facing some of the same problems we faced. Our elected officials did not want to meet with us. The first mayor that we dealt with when we started our campaign never once returned our calls or emails. It took quite a while to get a meeting with the next mayor. And we finally sat down with her team, not with her, and they promised us a ban, and then they completely backed out on what they told us and stopped returning our calls. So the fact is they are protecting a small business, and we don't want to shut down a small business. We have no desire to put people out of work. Our main focus is to prevent an accident and a fatality and prevent animal exploitation. So we understand that they are trying to protect a business, but this is a business that's run its course. It's a business that is dangerous to the public. It's a business that can harm animals and see horses collapsing on hot streets. That's another issue, is the heat is coming in these southern towns like Savannah, Dallas, Charleston, San Antonio, all which are working hard on bans. So the temperature restriction of 99 degrees, for example, in Dallas, doesn't take into account the temperature of the asphalt that the horses are walking on that is being radiated through horseshoes, metal horseshoes. It doesn't take into consideration the heat index or humidity. So there are so many issues at play here, and it's time for this exploitative and dangerous industry to end and allow these people who work for the trade to get job training in maybe another form of tourism in that city, or any sort of job. But the fact is sometimes people lose jobs. I've lost jobs my entire life, and I never had help getting a new job. So again, we don't want anyone to lose their job, but this is a trade that it's time to go. And we hope that the cities will work with the companies to help their employees get new jobs.
Well said. I just want to remind everyone that you are watching Unchained TV, and you can download the app at watch.unchainedtv.com. And it is totally free, and you'll see more programming like this. Well, ladies, we are getting close to the end of our time, actually. So is there anything else? I think, Jodie, one of the things that you did want to speak about is recruiting people from different cities to join in. So let's talk about that. And then anything you want to add about Dallas, we'll just have you add that in, because we can't seem to get sound or a clear picture from Gloria. So go ahead.
Sure. Thank you. Yes, I run the partnership to Ban Horse Carriages Worldwide, and I'm always willing to work with and help advocates in any city with effective strategies and steps to get to this ban. And you're going to face resistance. Robyn's facing it right now. But if you stick with it, you will get a ban, because that is how effective animal advocacy works. It takes time, and it takes pressure, polite, constant pressure on the elected officials to get there. And I can help you do it if you want to ban them, only if you are committed. Unfortunately, people give up, and if you give up, your horses will never get off your streets. And Dallas is getting very close to a ban. There are multiple city council members in Dallas who have been very outspoken in support of this compassionate measure, and we appreciate their speaking out on behalf of the horses. And we're going to keep working till we get there. I don't know. It's a race to see if Savannah, Dallas, or San Antonio gets there first, but we'll be working with all of them to get these horses off the street. And I just wanted to add that, one of the arguments that horse carriage operators and those in support of horse carriage industry will say is that if there is a ban, the horses will go to slaughter. Well, what it comes down to is horses are owned animals. Unfortunately, the owners of these companies own the horses. So we will get every single horse to sanctuary or to a good home if the horses need a home, and if the owners allow them to go to a sanctuary or a rescue. No horse should ever go to slaughter because of a ban. So we will not let that happen. But at the end of the day, we don't have control because we don't own the horses. If the horses go to slaughter, that is on basically whoever owns them. So it shouldn't happen.
Right. And the point is that if the business is closed down, you would do everything you could to save the horses, but there will be no market there for them to want to continue to buy horses and bring more into the trade.
And
so, you know, there has to be a stopping point.
Yes.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
And I said, and breed horses. One of Chicago's companies on their face or their website page said that we breed horses. So by stopping this industry, we are stopping breeding more horses into this world. That if any of you follow, anyone listening follows the industry, there are way too many horses in this world and not enough homes. So we should not be breeding horses for this trade or for any, you know, for anything, because horses are expensive companion animals to keep. And too often they're just dumped when they no longer provide a profit for their owner.
Thank you. Okay, so let's have Robyn, go ahead. Anything you want to add to that or tell us that we haven't covered yet?
Yeah, I would just say that you don't have to be in either of our cities in Dallas or in Savannah to help with this issue. If you feel passionate about this issue, something that you can do to help is to join the Facebook pages that we have. I'm helping run the Ban Horse Carriages Savannah Facebook page. And if you just join that page, and you can get involved in this thing we do called daily action alerts. And daily action alerts are where I will post or Gloria will post in her page, just something you can do every day that where you contact city officials. Doesn't matter if you live in that city, and it just shows city officials that there are more and more people that are caring about this issue. It shows them that this issue is gaining momentum. So absolutely the best thing you can do today to help is just join the Facebook page and get involved in that way. And then, of course, starting your own chapter in your own city, if it has horse carriages, is the next best thing as well.
Right. So I know that you just mentioned the website. Let's mention that again. I have it. It's written out, unfortunately, longhand, but it's partnership to ban horses.com. And
Horse carriages.
What I probably said?
Sorry,
Carriage
partnership to ban horse
Not
carriages.
ban horses. We love the horses.
Right.
Trying to do a few things. I'm going to try and actually bring Gloria on at the last moment. So last words, Robyn, and I'm going to give Jodie last words. Whoop, I think we lost her, or did we? Okay. I don't know. Gloria, Jodie, Robyn last words, then Jodie last words. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I will just say that this is a completely archaic industry, and it has been years in the making to come to a close. And it is a tradition, and I love tradition, and I love history, which is half of the reason that I live in such a historic city like Savannah. I love the history that we have here, but tradition doesn't need to continue for the sake of tradition if anyone else is harmed in the process or when there's so many risks involved. So there are innate risks to bringing horses into a city environment, regardless of how well they're treated back at the stables. This isn't a treatment issue. This is an issue of bringing them into a city that is innately dangerous to them and to the public. So the only way around it is a complete ban, which is why we're not settling for any kind of restrictions other than a complete ban. And yeah, I encourage everybody to join the Ban Horse Carriages Savannah Facebook page and get involved.
Absolutely. Want to repeat that, Ban Horse Carriages Savannah page. And what's the other Facebook pages? We will list them all, just be much easier with the post on Facebook and the other social sites. Jodie, did you have any last words that you wanted to say?
Yes, definitely. So definitely throwing it out there to anybody who might be living in a city that still has this exploitative activity on their streets. We will help you.
Whoops. Oh, no. We're having a little bit of a problem here. Let me see if I can get it. Okay. So Jodie,
also
go ahead.
I could leave on one last note then until Jodie gets back, that because of the work we've done here in Savannah, it might come to a vote actually this month at the end of the month. So it is kind of, it's go time for the Savannah ban. So as much support as we could get from anybody watching would be super, super helpful. They hosted a workshop on this issue about 2 months ago, and they said during that workshop in 2 months they will come to some kind of decision. And it's the first time that I can think of that they've even really seriously discussed the ban in Savannah. So
oh my goodness, that is so wonderful. That is such wonderful news, and everyone needs to support what you guys are doing. We're getting close here, and because there is an alternative, it seems like it's a no-brainer. No, you're not losing your jobs. No, studies have shown with the 2 cities that have done it so far that they're actually making more money. So that's a phony story, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I think Jodie's back. She didn't get to do her last words. Let's go ahead and have her do that. All right, Jodie, let's wrap it up real quick with last words, if you would.
I'm so sorry about that. I'm having
no problems.
difficulties too.
We don't know. It's technology's fault, not ours.
All right. Well, again, I thank you for the time today, and I just want to let everyone know, please reach out to me through Facebook or Chicago Alliance for Animals at gmail.com, and I'd be happy to help you with the campaign in your city. And also please join Ban Horse Carriages Savannah, Ban Horse Carriages Dallas, Ban Horse Carriages Indianapolis. Instead of saying that, I'll just say Charleston and Boston are 5 very active campaigns, but I have multiple chapters. I just need people helping. And I really want to help New Orleans Ban Horse Carriages. I'll help anyone. So thanks for listening, and please help us with 1-minute actions. 1 call or 1 email or 1 Facebook message, 1 tweet, 1 Instagram message saying, please ban horse carriages is all it takes. You don't have to give your name. You don't have to say anything, but please ban horse carriages and hit send or say it and hang up.
Awesome. That's awesome. That's really important because a lot of people are intimidated. Now, if they go to the website, they can get hooked into all of these actions, right? They can sign up and get a notification. Is that how it works?
Go to the Facebook page. Unfortunately, I run this on my own. I don't have any help, so I can't keep my website as up to date as I would like. So we do post our daily action alerts on the Facebook pages. That's the best way to take action. And if you aren't on Facebook, I hope you'll join because it's a great way to take action. It's hard to post actions daily on a website, but it's very easy on social media.
That's awesome. That's great. Okay, so I think we've covered everything. Unfortunately, Gloria is not here anymore. We had several callers that are very interested. I hope this sparks the imagination of a lot of people to get involved in this, because I think you guys, as you said, you're so close to having this ban in so many cities, and that will just have the domino effect and ban it worldwide. And we're going to see that happen soon. And that's amazing. Thank you so much for being on. We'll follow back up with you, and we'll have Gloria on again. And we're going to post all of the information for the Facebook pages and the website, folks. So just stay tuned, and you'll see that on the post. All right. Bye-bye, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Thank you, Lindsay.
Thank you for coming on.
Bye-bye.